Good morning. The birds are saying good morning. How are you doing today? How did you sleep? Do you want to join me in this hot tub? Do you want to rest with me in this warm water and soak? Just the sound of that engine growling seems a little bit aggressive. First thing in the morning. Can you hear the engine growling? Do you know what you need right now? Do you know what your body needs? What your heart needs? It's so hot. I need rest. Do you need rest? Yeah? Yeah. I need relaxation. Do you need relaxation? Yeah. I need to slow down. Do you need to slow down? I thought so. The pace of life is unsustainable. We can't keep up without losing our breath, without forgetting to stay hydrated. Speaking of which, do you need some water? So important to fucking hydrate. There's nothing like a fresh bowl of cold water in the morning. Hot tub. Do you ever feel like you don't know what you're doing? Like you don't know to do or say. And you try. And it feels like things are out of place. Like there are no solutions. Excuse me. Drinking water so quickly is likely to cause unexpected burping. Perhaps they're not so unexpected after all. But I would rather be hydrated and burp than be not hydrated and in danger. What about you? I feel like the social stigma around bodily functions, such as burping, makes it so that we might be afraid to have a body that makes these sounds that are sometimes out of our control. And yet, in order to avoid burping, we might avoid drinking water. And by doing that, we are putting ourselves in danger. Because of social stigma. And I wonder if we take this as a metaphor for other aspects of life where there are things that we can do to take care of our bodies and protect ourselves and each other, but that sometimes are a little awkward or difficult to talk about or uncomfortable, but ultimately keep us safe and protected. Practices of harm reduction that may be a little bit difficult to do because initiating a conversation about harm reduction can be challenging in a world where we're conditioned to be conflict avoidant, where we're conditioned to not really say how we feel or what our anxieties are or our fears are, or we keep so much inside. I don't want us to bottle up our feelings and become the human version of a pressure cooker. I want us to have ways to naturally release the pressure that builds every day. So we don't keep it inside of us, but we can find different ways to express ourselves. To release the tension that exists within our bodies. We are sacred. Our bodies are sacred. Our energies are sacred. Our hearts sacred. Yes. You are sacred. Thank you for sharing this time together, because I don't want to take our time for granted anymore. This moment is sacred. Our time is limited, scarce, and sacred. And having this opportunity to share this moment together, I did not want to take this for granted. We are sacred. Our time together is sacred. I'm starting to overheat. I should probably get some fresh air. It's gonna require taking one of my biggest body parts, my ass, out of the water to cool off. Do you want to see? Yeah. Okay. Cooling down can take time. Cooling off is so important after being under pressure, overheated. We need to have ways to cool off. To lower our our body temperature. To listen to our hearts. And be responsive to the needs of our bodies. Do you want to rest with me? Do you want to take some time and just be and soak in this sacred healing energy of water? If you want, you could find a tub or even a bowl to dip your fingers in, to connect with the healing energy of water. Because sometimes we might not be able to find a place to fully immerse our bodies. But a practice that is accessible, like dipping our fingers into a bowl, that is something that we can do. If we have a bowl of water, and a metaphor of energy can be just as powerful, if not more. Tune in and to feel the energy. So good to rest with you, to slow down, to listen to our bodies. To just be. Do you have a bowl of water? If it's drinkable, do you want to drink the water I've already drunk the water out of this bowl? But I'm going to use it to do a metaphorical immersion. Do you want to do it with me? Before we dip our fingers in the water, do you want to have an intention? Perhaps a digital immersion for rest. 1, 2, 3. Are you with me? I'm wondering what your intention is. Can you see? I can't actually see what you can see, but I assume you can see this. Yeah. It's so important to rest our bodies, to rest our spirits. Joints, our bodies are sacred. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because he was dehydrated. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because he didn't feel appreciated. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because he thought he was invisible. He had never felt witnessed and seen for who he was. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because they're non-binary. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because they saw their reflection in the mirror and it was too hot to handle. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because they were thirsty. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because they wanted to adopt a cat. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because she needed change. She needed a different perspective. She couldn't go on the way things were. Why did the chicken cross the road? It was an accident. Why did the chicken cross the road to go to law school? There were no good law schools without crossing the road. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because of gentrification. NIMBY. Not in my backyard. Chicken takes issue with that. Why did the chicken cross the road? Or KFC, of course. Why did the chicken cross the road? To come out of the closet. Why did the chicken cross the road? I don't know. If your hand has become uncomfortable with being in that position for too long, listen to your body. Do what feels right. Do whatever feels aligned with your water and your hands. This is your time. Your time to listen. Your time to rest. Your time to do what feels right. With no expectations. These are your hands. You choose how to be. You choose how to move. Your body is sacred. The more we can practice tuning into and listening to our bodies, the more embodied we can be. And our ability to respond to pain and to access comfort and pleasure is a skill, a muscle that requires practice and attention, just like any other muscle or skill. The more we practice, better we get. Your body is sacred. Listening to your body, listening to your hands is a sacred practice. We are sacred. Our bodies are sacred. Our time and energy are sacred. Thank you for sharing this sacred practice.